Going into a 10-game homestand on the back of a series win in Seattle, these A's will do for me. Hello, welcome back to the Oakland A's UK YouTube channel. I am Matt, and we have some positivity once again with our Oakland A's. Although we lost the first game of the 3-game series in Seattle, we bounced back to win the next two, to win the series, and to get us in the right frame of mind ahead of a big homestand. Before we get to this weekend's action, let's take a look back at the series in Seattle. And yes, it didn't start the way we wanted with a loss in Game 1, 7-6. That one, a real topsy-turvy game, it has to be said. The A's managed 12 hits, which is a miracle considering where we've been in recent weeks. But 12 hits, including an absolute bomb by Chad Pinder. But Zach Logue unfortunately gave up 3 home runs, 7 runs in total, and although the A's showed some good fight, trading 7-3, got those 3 runs in the top of the 6th to make it a 1-run game, we couldn't come all the way back. But good fight again from the A's, we've seen that plenty of times this season, and that's definitely a good sign in a young team. 13 straight wins for the Mariners against the A's, and that is not the sort of record you want. And we went into the game on Tuesday determined to make sure that 13 was unlucky for those Mariners. And indeed it was. The A's won the second game 7-5. Unlucky 13 for the Mariners, but lucky 13 for the A's, because after 12 hits in Game 1, 13 hits, a baker's dozen. Can you believe it? These A's finally seeing some life in the A's bats. Who would have thought it? Well, yes, TK, Tony Kemp going 3 for 4, fantastic for him, scored 3 runs in the game. Both Jed Lowry and Elvis Andrus went deep. James Kaprielian, not exactly vintage Cap there, unfortunately. 5 end runs given up in 5 innings, but more great work from the bullpen. We had Sam Moll, Acevedo, Jackson and Jimenez combining for 4 innings pitched, giving up just 2 hits, no runs, striking out 6. The bullpen, what a treat it has been so far this season. When you look back at last season, we had lots of names, lots of experience, lots of veterans in there, couldn't get it done. This group, nothing was really expected of them, and they've really come through time and time again so far this season, so that's been brilliant to see. 7-5 Game 2, we set up the series 1 apiece for the finale on Wednesday, a afternoon game out in Seattle, so we could watch it live just past 9 p.m. here in the UK. And yes, the A's did it. I was really hoping that the A's would get the series win. I know that's an obvious thing to say, but it's been a tough stretch of late, and just getting that extra win, winning the series, coming back from Seattle with a series win, really meant a lot. And we were able to get it down by a score of 4-2. Paul Blackburn, again, a bit like Cap, not exactly vintage, but it should be said, he still managed to get through 5 innings without giving up a run. He did give up 5 walks. To be honest, a couple of them were a bit more on the umpire than on Blackburn. But yeah, 5 walks and 1 hit, no runs allowed in 5 1/3 innings. But here we go. Elvis left the building for the second game in a row. Seth Brown continued his recent good form. He is starting to look better at the plate. He got his 5th home run of the season. Another 9 hits, so that he was 34 hits in 3 games from the Oakland A's. Wouldn't have believed it coming into this, but yes, 34 hits in the series, and the 9 hits on Wednesday's game included 2 from Luis Barrera. So Barrera wasn't originally due to be in the starting lineup. Ramon Laureano was going to make his comeback. Unfortunately, he was taken out of the lineup before the game started. But Barrera, we've seen it so many times with this guy. He's really coming through for us. Took his opportunity, 2 for 4 on the day. Brilliant stuff from Barrera. So there it was, a 4-2 win and a 2-1 series win. And of course, that means we have a tricky task here in picking the star of the series, because there are plenty of guys who deserve an honourable mention and plenty of guys who have staked a claim for that prestigious award. Let's have a look. So, Pache, 3 for 11, got a hit in each of the 3 games, and that's important to me. We are seeing a better approach, that maturity coming through. 1 for 3, 1 for 4, 1 for 4, but that's I'm fine with that. I'd prefer him to do that and go over, get 3 hits in 1 game and nothing for the other 2. He's showing a better approach there. Bethancourt continuing to be a good presence in the lineup, 3 for 7 with 3 runs for him. Let's have a look. Luis Barrera, so 4 for 9, went 2 for 4 in game 2, came in game 3. Late on, 4 for 9 with 2 RBI. Brownie went 4 for 9 too with a home run in game 3. We have TK, Tony Kemp, went 5 for 8, 2 for 4, and then 3 for 4. 3 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. Jed Lowry with a home run in game 2, 3 runs scored in that one. So 4 for 14 all in across the series. Again, another player who got hit, at least one hit in each of the 3 games. Chad Pinder, 1 for 4, 1 for 5, bomb of a home run in that first one. But when it comes to the batting, guys, I think we've got to give the star of the series to Elvis Andrus. It really, really annoys me why he is, for some reason, he seems to be the scapegoat for lots of stuff. I know he struggled at the start of the season, as he did last season. I know we all want to see Nick Allen, and we're very excited about him as a young shortstop prospect. But here we go, 1 for 3, 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 runs scored, 2 for 4 home runs, 2 RBIs, 5 for 11 across the series with 2 home runs, 4 runs scored. What more can you want from Elvis? Fantastic from him, and great to see him really start to turn it around. You know he's always going to bring that veteran leadership in a clubhouse, which is so important for a developing team, but seeing him produce at the plate too, brilliant stuff. As for the pitching staff, well, when we look at the 3 starting pitcher outings, there's plenty of red there. 7 runs allowed by Logue in the first one, 5 by Kapralian. In the second one, 5 walks by Blackburn, but hey, no runs allowed by Blackburn in game 3. And the main thing when you look at this pitching staff is all about the bullpen. Zach Jackson pitching twice, 1 inning, coming in the 8th. Danny Jimenez coming in the 9th in games 2 and 3. That's what we're going with so far, and it's working well. Jackson in the 8th, Jimenez in the 9th. 10 saves on the season now for Danny Jimenez. Sam Moore, how he pitched in that second game. Brilliant. 1 1/3 innings, 3 strikeouts, really good from him. And some positive signs, dare I say it, from Lou Trevino. Pitched 2 innings across the series, 3 strikeouts. Are we finally getting back to some sort of classic Lou Trevino? We've had a few false dawns there in recent times, so don't want to get too high on it, but I think it helps him that we're using him in like the 6th inning at the moment. There's not so much pressure on him, lower leverage. Just get back into your groove, Lou, and hopefully we can have yet another quality relief pitcher to throw into the mix, both right now, but particularly then when we get into the second half of the season, when we know some of the younger pitchers and some of the less experienced guys will probably have a few bumps along the road. Lou Trevino being able to step up, that would be a really big thing for the A's. Series win in Seattle leaves the A's on a 19-27 record, which of course isn't fantastic, but that's where we are as a team. We are in fact ahead of Seattle Mariners coming into Thursday. We now start a 10-game homestand, so there's an opportunity there for us to get some wins. Started with 4 games against the Texas Rangers, then we've got the Astros. First time we're playing the Astros this season, so that's tough, and then we've got the Boston Red Sox coming in, so far from easy, but 10 games at home. The crowd's going to be up for it, the drums are going to be banging in the bleachers, and hopefully we can get a few wins on the board. So Thursday and Friday's games are both nighttime games out there in Oakland, 6:40 local time, so that's 2:40 a.m. in the following morning here in the UK. Saturday and Sunday are 1:07 local time, so that is 9:07 p.m. here in the UK. Starting pitching matchups. Game 1 tonight on Thursday, this is a really good one. Frankie Montas against Martin Perez. We'll come on to him in a second. Cole Irvin and John Gray should go in the second game. Zach Logue and Taylor Hearn in the third game. And James Kapralian and Dane Dunning are the guys who should be going in the series finale on Sunday. What should we make of the Texas Rangers then? Well, they've started coming around a bit of late. They're now 19-23, so just below 500 and a third in the AL West. It's not quite been the start they wanted, but you are seeing a few signs of them putting a few things together. They come into this series having won on Wednesday 7-2. That broke a 3-game losing streak. They lost a couple to the Astros in the first game of a mini 2-game series in Anaheim against the Angels. It's the second series we have against the Rangers so far this season. We lost the first one 2-1. That was also at the Coliseum, and that was mid-April. The A's managed only 3 runs across those 3 games. 2 of them came in the finale, which we won 2-0, I believe. So we really need those batters to get going, and hopefully the form we've shown against the Seattle Mariners pitchers the last couple of days will be a good sign for us continuing that against the Texas Rangers this weekend. Looking at the keynotes on the Texas Rangers right now, the guy we have to start with is our former favourite, Marcus Semien, and his continued struggles in the Texas Rangers uniform. Now, we all know what's coming here. You look at the figures, it's obvious what's coming. Yes, he's hitting 185, really slow start, 41 games, no home runs. There is no way he is getting through this 4-game series at the Coliseum without hitting at least 1 home run. We all know it. We'll just accept it. He's probably going to go deep a couple of times. He'll probably get 2 home runs in a single game. This is his breakout. But hopefully, he puts it off for another 4 games. But it is tough to see Marcus struggling because we all love him so much. But yeah, it's been a difficult starting period for his time with the Rangers so far this season. Moving on, Martin Perez, I mentioned him just a few moments ago. He's starting in Game 1 for the Texas Rangers. What a bargain he has been so far for the Rangers. They signed him to a 1-year, $4 million contract, and he's been terrific. Look at that, 1.64 ERA in 8 starts. Now, this is where the 0 home runs could work to our favour because he's not allowed one so far, so hopefully the tides will turn there and we'll get a couple off him today. Last time out, complete game shutout against the Astros on Friday, so you're doing well to shut out that Astros lineup. And finally, another former A, Jonah Heim, who we really liked during his short spell with the Oakland A's. He went deep on Tuesday, and that was his 5th home run of the season. And to be honest, when you look at all the numbers, you could make a good case that Jonah Heim has been the Rangers' best hitter so far this season. Certainly Corey Seager has been consistent, and he's starting to come around and be the player the Rangers expect him to be. But Jonah Heim has started the season really well, and it's good to see someone getting consistent playing time and really making the most of it. So it's going to be a tough series, there's no doubt about that. The Texas Rangers are a team that should be doing better than they are, I think. And there's always a risk with a team like that all of their good luck comes at once against us, particularly with Marcus Semien. But hopefully that proves to be incorrect and the A's can take their 2-1 series win from Seattle and build on it and get a couple of wins. Let's say 3-1 series win, hopefully, against the Rangers this weekend, and we can have a very promising and enjoyable weekend indeed. Thank you for watching. As always, we'll be doing some more catch-ups over the weekend, so don't forget to click subscribe and the notification bell here if you haven't done so already, and we'll be speaking to you very soon.